in this session, this afternoon, we will work on computer sciences. So we will do different hands-on activities in order for all the participants, teachers and trainers, to realize that computer sciences can be taught also by inquiry-based pedagogy. And the other objective of this activity is to make people realize that computer sciences is not only programming. Computer sciences is also made of concepts, methods, theories that can be taught without any computer or robot or something like that. So we will do hands-on activities with our minds, our hands, our pens, etc., our voice, but without computer. As promised, this afternoon we will do computer sciences without computer. So there is only sciences, okay? In French, we don't use the name computer science. We use another name, which is informatique. Informatique is a French word made by information. So I like this name because it tells exactly what computer sciences are. Computer sciences are not the science of computers. The computer sciences are the science of information. And so this is why I prefer the French term informatique, the science of information. So we will see that we don't need computers to do and to understand computer sciences. We just have to manipulate informations. And the activity we will do this afternoon is an extract of a pedagogical module that I have coordinated last year. And the name is 123 Code. This takes part in a new curricula in French schools for the first time in the history of Ministry of Education. The new curricula includes computer sciences. A few years before, the ministry has included new technologies. I mean the usage of computers, how to use computer to send an email, to find information, to use to draw graphics, whatsoever. But it has nothing to do with science. It's just how to use computer for facilitating our lives, for doing something else. Here the purpose is to understand what is the science behind that. And for the first time, it's now in the curriculum. So we had to build a pedagogical guide for teachers, for helping them to implement such activities in the class. We tested successfully last year, and this project has been launched 2 months ago, and it's quite successful. In 2 months, we have 13,000 classes registered to this program. So it's just in 2 months. So this is a very successful program. And I will not present the program on this globality, but we will make some activities which are inside. So today we start by unplugged activities, because as I have said, computer sciences are not the science of computers. This is the science of information. And we don't need computer to understand that. But of course, computer sciences is not only science, it's also practice and, for example, programming. So tomorrow we will make an initiation into programming activities. But for today, unplugged activities, no electronic device except this one to present a few things. I think we will discuss it tomorrow or after tomorrow in detail, but the originality of this project is also to mix unplugged and plugged activities, but also to present each activity in a global scenario. It's not separate activities dealing with algorithm, binary information, programming, robotics, and so on. It's a project-based activity. We have one goal, and we will try to achieve it. And for that, we will have to solve problems, etc., etc. And the goal we have in this scenario, we want to explore a new planet. What planet you want? Let's say Mars or something completely different, but let's say Mars. We want to explore Mars, and for that we have sent a rover on this planet. There is a rover, there is a base, and our first objective is to try to tell to the rover to go to the base. And he has to follow this specific path in order to avoid some traps like lava or sand or so. He has to follow this path, and you will have to invent a language with instructions to make this rover follow this path. Okay? You have 2 minutes. When I said okay, no answer. But when I say you have 2 minutes, huh? What? Okay. So let's do it once again. This small exercise, we will see after. It will allow us to speak about languages, programming, and algorithm. But for now, the purpose is you have to invent a language to communicate with the rover in order to make him follow this path to reach the base. So you invent a language, you choose a way to communicate with him, and you write the program, the set of instructions, allowing the rover to follow this path. Okay, and you have 2 minutes for doing that. You cannot go using the diagonal. Okay, you are obliged to follow this kind of movement, but not oblique one. You will have all the PowerPoint presentation and so on. So don't lose time to take photographs. You will have it. Exactly. The rover has to follow this path. You are supposed to find a language, a set of instructions, and to write the program to make him reach the base. Yeah, a program with a language that you invent. You will see. It's very easy. Okay. Okay. First idea. So, Nazima. Nazima, can you explain? Speak to the group.
Is that right?
Yeah. Okay, you don't need to do all the program, just the beginning, in order for us to understand your idea.
My idea is different. I just named the grid, so I call this like A, C, and then I got D, E, F. So I named it. So I say move to A, then go to F, then go to E, then go to P.
Coordinate kan?
Move forward, move right, move up. So So I named the grid. So it goes according to the grid.
Okay? So this is one first way to do that. We will discuss after. Just
Like you name
let's
the streets and
let's
you go
start.
after the streets.
Yeah, let's start by identifying the different ways to do that, and after that we will compare them and discuss them. Thank you, Nazima. Someone else. I'm sure you have other ideas. Someone in your group, maybe? Ah, you do this? Oh, yeah, almost the same. Can you use the same drawing but different color?
One, two, three, point. So this one is point A, 1A. Go here and 2A. 2A.
Write your program here.
Yeah, that is. So 2F. We give coordinate to the yeah. Automatic.
Can you write the program? Here you just name the boxes. Can you write your program? No. The program is not a drawing, so you have to write it outside of, yeah, for example.
1A. 2A.
J'essaie de faire intervenir de temps en temps les gens du fond parce que sinon c'est... La dernière fois je crois que quelqu'un m'avait fait remarquer, je faisais toujours intervenir ceux qui étaient devant. Thank you. Sorry, your name. Zulkifli. Thank you. Other group have the same idea? No? You had another idea? Yes. It was a good idea. Don't be afraid. Please.
We didn't label or anything. We just explain it.
Yeah, but it's nice.
Come on.
Our group discussed this. We just explained that the rover have to move to the next grid until the middle, and then turn left until the next grid in the middle of it, and then turn left to the next grid, and then turn right to the next grid.
Yeah, can you write it?
Right. Oh, in a sentence, yeah.
No, yeah, not a sentence, just a set of words.
mata satu depan. Boleh?
You don't have to precise first, second, third.
Oh, tak boleh.
We will read the instruction one after the other. So your first instruction is what?
Straight to the next grid.
Okay, but each time you will say to the next grid. So let's assume that when you say straight, it means straight one box. Okay, and turn left, you can just say left. Okay? Donc, straight, left, okay. Okay, thank you. So this is, you have a program. Thank you. I think we have one other idea, maybe your group. It looks similar, but it's not completely similar.
Forward one step, then
Okay. Yeah, please. Do we have another color? green or something like that? No. I just have 3 colors.
One step. Forward one step. Then right one step. Then left. Forward one step. Then left one step. Then forward one step. Right 3 steps.
Give him a flow.
Right, again right one step. Forward one step. Right, 2 step. Again right 2 step. And then right 1 step.
Thank you. So, thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, you can. So, do you see some similarities between different programs? Which are similar? Sorry? Yeah, yeah. Of course, all of the programs are sequences. We have to follow order step by step. This is something common to all the programs. But some program looks very similar. For example, here and here. Here it's written straight, left, right, left. Here it's written forward, right, forward, left, right. Right 3 means right, right, right. Forward, etc., etc. There are a lot of similarities between the 2 languages. You just replace straight by forward, and basically it's the same. But here, they have introduced what we call a parameter. A parameter. F1 means F. F2 means FF. F3 means FFF. Okay? So they are very similar, not identical, but very similar. These 2 ones also are very similar. Why? Yeah?
They're using coordinate system.
Yeah, please take the. We don't have wireless microphone. You have to stand up.
They're using the coordinate system.
Yeah. So in this language, we just defined coordinates for the different boxes, and the language, the instructions is just the name of the box you have to reach, step by step. So here, the name of the coordinate is made of 2 parameters, numbers and letters. And here, only letters, but basically this is the same language. Okay? When I did it in classes last year, there was very often a 3rd way to do that was proposed by the children. Do you have an idea? So basically, they did some absolute direction. For example, east, north, west, and south. And so they say north, east, north, west, north, east, east, or S3, depending, south, 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 etc., etc. Is it the same? Is it the same to say north, east, north, and to say forward, right, forward?
Same.
Is it the same or not?
Yeah.
Or everybody agree that it's the same?
No.
No?
Forward does not show direction.
Yeah, can you please use the microphone because I'm not sure everybody has heard you.
When you say forward,
There's no direction.
Yeah, exactly. One language has instructions that are relative to your orientation. I mean, forward, if you're oriented that way, it means this direction. But if you're oriented here, forward means east. Here, forward means north. Here, forward means south. So here you have relatives. You have relative instructions, which depends on your previous stages, your previous positions and orientation. And here, if I say, sorry, if I say north, east, north, west, north, east, 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 south, etc., etc. In this case, the program works whatever your initial orientation. So if you want to use this language, you have to add another instructions. Orient yourself in such a way in order for the program to be correct. Here, you don't need that. Oh, okay. What are the similarities between all these languages? So we said these are sequences. I mean, you have to follow instructions step by step. Okay. Other similarities? Sorry? Yeah, but speak loudly, please. Ça serait vraiment bien.
Symbols to represent the north, south, east, west.
Okay. So first, there are sequences. They use symbols. Okay. How many symbols are necessary in each language? For example, for the language with the absolute directions, how many different symbols did I use? North, south, east, west. My language is made of 4 different words. I don't have anything else. So, just here, the number of words here was 4. Oops. In that case, straight, left, right, etc. How many symbols? How many words? 2 or 3? Straight or forward? We have seen that it's the same, straight or forward. Okay, so 3 symbols. Il se barre ce truc. Ah, tu m'aides? In these 2 languages, we have 3 words. In this one, A, B, C, etc. How many words? How many words are necessary to define your language? 8? It depends on the size of the map, of course. If I put the same program on another map, I will have to redefine each name for each box. So the size of my language will vary. So here it's variable. If I have more than 26 boxes, I will have a problem. So basically, maybe it's not the best choice, but it's efficient for this problem. but maybe not efficient if we want to generalize. Okay? And this is exactly the same problem. Okay, so for our different languages, we have few amounts of words. We will make an exception of that because we have seen that it's not easy to generalize this language to another situation. How many rules? We have seen one rule, sequence. I mean, all the instructions are supposed to be followed step by step. So it's an implicit rule, but the implicit rule is that we have to read it from the top left to the right. And so this is an instruction, this is another one, etc. And basically this is the only rule. So when we compare, we have one rule, and here we have different rules. In this language, can I say, imagine this is the box A, and the base is, let's say, in the box, let's say, Z. Can I say directly A, Z? You start here, you finish here. Is it a good program? Why? Why is it's not a good program? Sorry? There is no order? There is no step? Yeah, it's not explicit. I mean, you say the objective, but you don't say how to reach it. There are a lot of different ways to go from here to here. And if you don't explain how precisely, step by step, you want to reach your objective, it's not explicit. And we will say that it is not an algorithm. An algorithm is a way to solve a problem such as there is no ambiguity at all, and everybody, if I give the same algorithm to each one of you, everybody will do exactly the same because there is nothing else to do. But if I just say from this case, this box, you have to reach this one, I will have a lot of differences. So this is how we will define an algorithm. An algorithm is a way to solve a problem with no ambiguity at all. And here, just to finish with that, we will remark that a programming language is very different from a natural language, like English or Malay or French or and so on. And the two principal differences are there are three big differences. There are really a few amount of words. In a programming language, you don't have dozens of thousands of words. In French, we have approximately 300,000 words. So one normally educated French person master approximately 50,000 words in French, if you're normally educated. In a programming language, in a real programming language, the maximum is about 20 words. I don't know any language which has more than 20 words. So it's very fast to learn a programming language. It's far more easier than to learn English or French. The other difference is the number of grammar rules. Here we have one rule. In French or in English, there are dozens or maybe hundreds of rules. So in programming languages, basically you have a few dozens of words, a few dozens of grammar rules, and that's all. And another big difference is that in a programming language, there is never any ambiguity. There is no synonym. It's completely useless to have two different words for the same action. So we don't have, there is no synonym. And one word has only one meaning. So programming languages are far, far more simple than natural languages. So you don't have to be afraid of programming tomorrow. It will be easy. It will be easy, less than 20 in the language we will use. Okay. Now, okay, we know how to program our rover. Let's say we will use a common language. Let's say north, south, east, west, because we don't have parameters and so on. And because we don't have to focus on the orientation. It will work whatever the orientation is. So now the problem is how to send the program to the rover. We have to communicate by radio, for example. So how to send this information? The problem is that our device, for communicating with the rover, is only able to communicate numbers. You cannot communicate letters. So you cannot say north. You can say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 9, but not north. So how can we do that? So now you have 2 minutes to say hello only with numerals. This is very easy, according to what you want. Write with big letters because. Please. If you want. Don't write all the alphabet, just the beginning in order for them to understand how you did it. So it will be enough. Thank you. You want to explain? No, it's very, very simple to explain. Please.
Start with A, 1, B, 2, C, and 4. So we found H is number 8, E number 5, L number 12, L 12 and O 15.
Thank you. Your surname is? Norizan. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, you did the same?
I was thinking of that, but I thought I just wanted number 0 to 9 only. So how would I, like, L will be 12, I don't want to.
There is, okay. But there is only 0 to 9 numbers, but they are associated, there are only 0 to 9 numerals. And with these numerals, he built numbers. Okay. As we have said, it's very easy to write hello with numbers. But it's not so easy to read. This operation, we called him an encoding. Here we encode. Oops. Encode. Sorry, I will write it. Encode. And the opposite, we said we decode. Okay, so encoding and decoding. This is the signification is very simply that we change the representation of information. This is the same information. The information is hello. This information can be expressed with letters or with numbers. I just change the way to represent the information, but it's the same information. But we will see that it's not so obvious, as always. Okay, H, 8, E, 5, L, 12, etc. It works. But now imagine that I am the rover, I am a machine. I don't have any brain, so I'm stupid. I receive 8. Okay, 8. This is H. I don't have any choice. There is no ambiguity. 5, E. But I could have said, okay, I receive 85. But 85, it doesn't exist because my alphabet is not long enough. So no problem. It's 8 and 5. But here, I receive 12. If I'm stupid, okay, I say, okay, this is A, B. It's not 12, it's 1, 2. So how will the machine know that it is not 1, 2, but 12? Yes, you can put space in between, of course. So in your encoding table, you will have to add a space. If you don't have a space, you are not able to code it. You could add a space. It's a good idea, but if you want to say hello world, hello world, you have a space here. So you have to distinguish the space here and the space here. So it's possible to imagine that there is a space between each letter and a bigger space between words. Okay, but maybe it's preferable to do another way. So do you have an idea of? It's not complicated. You just have to imagine the maximum length of your number. As there are 26 letters in the alphabet, even if I add space, dot, interrogation point, or something like that, I will have just a few dozens of symbols. So with 2 numbers, it will be enough. I will not need 3 numbers. So I can say, OK, all my letters will be encoded into 2 numbers. So A is not 1. It's 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, etc. So here, I will not send. Now I have to program the machine to say, when you receive a sentence like this one, you cut every 2 symbols. So 08 is H, 05 is E, 1, 2. It's not really, well, yeah, 12, let's say. 1, 2 is 12, so L, etc., etc., etc. OK? So it appears to be completely obvious, but it's not so obvious. So the problem was how many numerals we need for encoding a letter. And depending on the size of your alphabet, if you just want to encode north, south, east, west, how many informations do you need? In north, south, east, west, how many different information do I have?
4.
4. So how many numbers should I need for north, south, east, west?
8.
8 numbers? Why 8? You said I have 4 information. With 1 number, how many information can I? If I have 1 number, how many different information can I have? One digit, 1 numeral.
1.
No? 1 numeral can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So I have 10 possibilities. So with one number, I can encode 10 different information. For example, north, south, east, west, and whatsoever. But here, my alphabet has 26 letters plus few signs for the punctuation. So let's say 30 symbols. For 30 symbols, I need 2 numbers because it's more than 10 and it is less than 100. So I need 2 symbols. Okay. So just, oops. In fact, when I said our communication system is only able to communicate with numbers, I made a mistake. It's not all numbers. It's only 2 numbers, 0 and 1. So now we will have to say hello just with 0 and 1. But before doing that, let's start by something much more simple. Just how to encode north, south, east, and west. I have just 4 different informations. Please encode this information with just 0 and 1. 1 digit, I can have, this digit can be a 0, or this digit can be a 1. So here I can say this is black, and this is white. Yeah, it's, yeah, it's terrible. This. So you see, with just 1 digit, I can have 2 different information because this digit can have 2 different values. With 2 digits, how many informations? When we say north, south, east, west, we use 2 digits.
4.
It's 2. Do we have additional paper sheets? Because we will need some. Or we need, I'm not sure, during the week. Okay. So let's do it. Let's do it that way. You will see it will be more simple. If I have just 1 digit, it can be a 0 or a 1. So I can encode 2 different informations. Black, white, true, false, male, female.
2 digit, 0, 1 digit and 1 and another digit.
No, this is 1 digit. This digit can have 2 different values.
Oh, okay. One
represented.
1 byte.
1 byte has 2
1 byte, it means 1 symbol. This symbol, I have the choice. It can be a 0 or a 1. Okay, so I can say this is male, this is female, this is black, this is white. This is open, this is closed. So when I have 2 digits, so my first digit is here. My second digit, here it can be a 0 or a 1. And if my first digit is a 1, the second can be a 0 or a 1. So how many informations? Remember, I can have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. This is exactly what is written. So for me, it's not 6, it's 4. This is my first digit, my second digit, my third digit, etc. So here I can have just 1 information. Here I can have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. It's impossible to have anything else. So I can have 4 different informations. The next step. Here I have the choice for my third digit of 1, 0 or 1, 1. Here the same. So how many informations can I have with 3 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here, 2, 4, 8, 4 digits. You understand that each time I add a new digit, I multiply by 2 because each time I have the choice of adding a 0 or a 1. So I multiply the possibilities by 2 at each step, etc. So here it will be n 2 power of n because at each step we multiply by 2. It's 2 powers.
Two digit.
Yeah. N digits. 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, etc. etc.
Number of set.
Is it clear? With n digits, with n bytes, I can encode or decode 2 power n different informations. What is a logarithm? Here we are far from the primary school, but you will see that a logarithm is something that is simple. Non, bon, c'est pas fait pour ça. We will speak about logarithm after. You're not ready for that. But now, imagine I want to know how many bytes I need to encode the alphabet, because I want to say hello to my rover. So if I want to encode all my alphabet, A, B, C, until Z, how many bytes will I need? How many symbols do I have to encode? 26. So here it's not enough. After that I have, so the power of 2 are 2, 4, 8, on the
5.
Okay, so it's not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. And here it's okay. So with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits, I should have enough information to encode all the alphabet. For example, I will say that A is 0, 0, 0, 0. Sorry, 5. B 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, etc. So now I will distribute you a sheet that will, yeah.
Is there a digit?
Is there?
0. Is it a digit?
Yeah. A digit is either a 0 or a 1. 0 is a digit.